works a little early before New Year's because a fat load of goofiness was just dumped on us like a filthy, stinky golden shower. We received a delivery for a package of drama that not many people ordered or expected. So I just wanted to do like a little ESPN halftime show and just kind of give everyone the update on where everything.
Context on Yodi Gang. Yeah, Yodi Gang appeared on Sneako's broadcast and like posted it on his Twitter saying like Fulcrum. We lost them.
Things at because so much has happened all at once in just the last 24 hours. It's hard to keep track of. So I'm just going to be here as like your navigator on the ship. The first and obviously largest topic to begin with is the Andrew Tate situation with him and his brother Tristan being arrested in Romania on human trafficking charges. At least that's what was initially reported by every major outlet ever. However, this has been developing in a very interesting way. It's like diarrhea in a swimming pool. The water's getting messy because it started circulating on Twitter that he wasn't arrested on human trafficking charges. It was money laundering and not human trafficking. The genesis of this claim started from an account called Rap TV.
No, not Rap TV. They're the arbiter of truth and justice. No!
Which I'm not super familiar with, but from everything I can read, they're not like the end-all be-all of truth tellers, but they made a post claiming that human trafficking charges against the Tate brothers were bogus. It was actually them being apprehended for money laundering suspicion. However, that tweet's now been deleted. And while they've deleted that tweet, this one still remains on their account about it being an alleged human trafficking probe. So to me, that says that they must have got word, like officially, that it wasn't money laundering. However, that narrative still exists on Twitter and has led to massive debates about what's the truth behind their arrest. I haven't seen a single major outlet run with this narrative other than a couple of random accounts on Twitter. Not even like news accounts or anything like that, just actual random individuals running with it, even though that tweet has now been backpedaled. Every major outlet that's covering the case hasn't mentioned money laundering a single time, which I suppose you could write off as a big conspiracy to keep the truth under wraps, I guess, but most of them are just focusing on what the prosecutors are claiming to have found, with like 6 women who had been sexually exploited. These are big claims and obviously nothing's proven yet, so we're gonna have to wait to see how this case plays out, which is exactly what I said in the last video.
Do you think Andrew Tate is innocent? Oh, no. No, I don't think he's innocent. Why would I think he's innocent when I've been saying that he's been openly talking about doing what he just got arrested for years, dude? I also do think he does money laundering as well, by the way, which is why I think it's so funny that they're like, oh yeah, no, it wasn't sex trafficking. It's just like money laundering that he's doing. No, motherfucker, he is doing money laundering too, if you believe him, which is another thing that he has openly admitted, which is, again, very weird. But having said that, he's currently under investigation, not for money laundering for the Romanian mafia, but instead for the sex trafficking
video as well. It's not some kind of done deal. This is a big investigation that's been ongoing for some time, so we're going to have to see how everything turns out. Now, I also do take a lot of information from outlets with a grain of salt, as everyone should. However, when every major outlet, including official sources involved in the case, as well as video evidence of the arrest and everything is coming out, it's no longer just a rumor and potential fake news. There's clearly something going on here. So the reason why I'm mentioning that right now is because this really exploded this morning when Andrew Tate on Twitter made a statement of his own. He tweeted, "The Matrix sent their agents." And this led people to believe that it was all a hoax from the beginning. He's clearly free now, thus all of this was a bunch of baloney. But that's not the case because he was only being detained for 24 hours from the start. It's been 24 hours, thus they let him go, like a fish back into the water. Like he's home, he can tweet, he could even make another video smoking a cigar if he wanted to. But it's not because he's free from the investigation or anything, he's just free from the holding period. From everything I have read and from everything I've seen from the sources, like the real sources, like the officials, he is still being investigated on the human trafficking charges, and they're currently trying to lobby for a 30-day extension on his detainment period while they continue to investigate. So he is able to tweet, talk, and do everything he'd like to do now, but that doesn't mean that proves his innocence. They let him go because of that, at least not in anything I've read so far. Now maybe that changes in the next couple hours, it's very possible. But like I mentioned on stream as well, I am not surprised that he is not being held in prison for the duration of this investigation. Him being released on bail, I could absolutely see being a permanent thing throughout the entire investigation and being able to do what he wants online. Like, that's not surprising in the slightest. But it makes no sense, like, a ton of takes I saw on Twitter this morning about, like, how my video is now completely incorrect because Andrew Tate is home tweeting. No, it's not. Everything I said isn't invalidated by the fact that he is past the 24-hour detainment period. That was always going to happen. That doesn't disprove anything. Everything about, like, the claims and all of that are still there, and the investigation is ongoing. He is just able to tweet and do what he wants now because of the detainment period expiring. Like, it's just delusional to say that now it was all just rumors being spread. I make you feel real fucking silly now, Charlie. No, I was reporting on all of the facts that were presented from the video of the arrest.
Wait, are people fucking... Oh, because he, like, came after Andrew Tate super hard. So, like, when you go after an idol like that, the stands are going to come after you for, like, any kind of thing that you may have said or, like, that you may have misspoken on. Basically, like, at the top of the hour when I serve you a 3-minute ad break, but sometimes I fuck it up, right? Sometimes when I fuck that up and I say, like, a minute or something, you literally immediately would go, oh, fuck you, we got you, you fucking idiot, shut the fuck up. Meanwhile, like, you know, that doesn't change the reality. The top of the hour ad break is coming, right? And if you no longer want to see those ads, of course, at the top of the hour, you can get gifted a sub by Silent Kaya. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Or if you're not lucky enough to get gifted a sub, you can subscribe on your own for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Only because I'm a bit salty about this one. 5 out of 10. You can't be... If you're salty about the debate, that means it was a 10-10. A lot of you get in your fucking fifis when I do a solid one, okay? And you don't give me an adequate debate rating. Magic Al, thank you for the 5. Get the sub. Silent Echo, thank you for the 5. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I took off points for being early. Bro, it's literally 3. It's 3 p.m. on the dot. Snoop Hogg TV, thank you for the 5 get the subs. Happy Kemper, thank you for the... Ooh, that's a funny name. Happy Kemper, like the serial killer. Thank you for the 5 get the subs. Don't be malicious.
From all of the claims made by the prosecutors and everything going on there. I was talking about those and even mentioning we're going to have to wait to see how everything wraps up, and now we've had a more recent development with what's going on in the investigation, and now he's past the detainment period, so maybe Andrew Tate will even make a public statement about all of this and give more insight into what's happening. Like, this is not something that's surprising or unexpected, and it doesn't all of a sudden magically make everything I said in the last video wrong, because all of those facts are still currently facts, unless that gets overturned in the next few hours, which again, it could happen. It's very possible. I'm not denying that. I'm not there. I don't have a
Rainy draws a lot. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs.
secret camera installed in Andrew Tate's home. I don't know what the truth is. I'm learning the same as everyone else. That pizza box theory had a lot of weight behind it with where that source came from making the claim. So that one is still currently intact as well, and a lot of people are harping on that, like, how could you ever believe it was the pizza box? Well, because they even said it in, like, their initial reports. Like, that is still there, which it could be overturned. All of it could be, as it develops. And so we're going to wait and see. Yeah. I'm just talking about...
Here's what's happening, okay? Here's what's happening. I already explained it. Charlie came after their fucking God, okay? So now that they can't, like, now that their God got, now they can't actually fucking defend it on, like, the sex trafficking shit. So they're, like, hyper focusing on anything they can. It's like, bro, it is not an important part of this case, okay? The pizza box is not even relevant to the case. The Romanian police weren't like, oh yeah, it's this pizza that is the reason why we arrested him. Like, because he put pineapple, ananas on the pizza. And that is illegal in Romania. Like, that's not what's going on here. And of course, as is the case in many instances like this, they literally fucking personally have engaged in a fuckload of fake news, ranging from no, Andrew Tate never actually got arrested for sex trafficking, actually it was money laundering, to Andrew Tate is actually free to walk, or you know, people are coming after Andrew Tate because he broke through the matrix. But none of those fake news ever get addressed on their side because they don't care. This is a one-sided issue. They're just mad and they're shit slinging and they think they got you, but ultimately they didn't get shit. Okay? I mean, it's an overall W for all the people who got scammed by this dude, though, because, like, at least he can't fucking scam you from prison, idiot. You know what I mean?
All of the information that's available and what's going on. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. And I know a lot of people have been stressing about this with Andrew Tate and his brother being arrested. So you probably...
Yes, I saw Asmongold compare Andrew Tate. Well, he didn't compare Andrew Tate, to be as charitable as possible. He didn't compare Andrew Tate to MLK. But he did say something insane. Like the fact that you can make that inference alone is still, ridiculous. Because the statement he made was like, well, governments are corrupt. Governments do actually go after truth tellers, you know. Like, for example, the government blackmailed Martin Luther King, which was a wild take, which is so wild that I basically thought that he was, joking or something. I thought he was actually memeing. Buy a bear. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. 666 Drain. 666. Thank you for the 6 gifted subs. That was an insane take, straight up.
Probably had a difficult time sleeping, and maybe it's because of the stress, and maybe your mattress just isn't that great. So I'd like to thank Helix, the sponsor for today's video, because maybe it'll help you get some sleep in such troubling times. Pillows. Next up is Logan Paul once again making a fool out of himself. He posted this picture on Twitter, I guess as a little prelude to his upcoming response to the CoffeeZilla video series that exposed him for a massive crypto scam called Crypto Zoo. He's been teasing that he's going to respond to it on January 3rd, and then he dropped this little nugget of cringe on Twitter today. He's cosplaying as CoffeeZilla with his standard attire, and the
91% of sexual assault victims are women, and 99% of the perpetrators are male. Wonder why we talk about the men. Yeah.
Caption is just coffee and cap emoji. So I'm led to believe, as are most people, that what he's doing is a satirical investigation on himself, where he's going to be diving deep into Crypto Zoo and everything that happened there. And I imagine the shocking revelation from his investigation will be that he's innocent. Logan Paul investigated himself and found out that it was actually everyone around him that was evil, not him. He's the good guy. Logan Paul...
Look, to the person who's saying, brother, I left the stream 2 hours ago and you were still watching this dude. Yeah, in the 2 hours that you left the stream, I watched Andrew Tate's like own personal webcam business and like how it's fucking creepy and gross. I talked to Andrew Tate's greatest dick rider on the planet, Aiden Ross, on the phone. Like, so much happened in between the 2 hours that you were gone. It's not like I was sitting on here, parked on this fucking video, listening to Charlie over and over again, repeating it, like rewinding it. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. I have like hella ADHD. That's what kind of makes the stream awesome. It's not for everybody, but it certainly is for a lot of people, you know?
Paul has cleared himself of all charges. He is innocent on all accounts. Like I said in the initial video, I really am excited to see his side of things. He's maintained that CoffeeZilla got it wrong. So I'm really excited to see from his perspective. You know, I'm pumping my fist to watch Ace Attorney Paul get out there and set the record straight and present his evidence from his side. If I had to take a guess at how he's going to work this case, I imagine he is going to focus very heavily on Eddie and Jake the Crypto King. I'm not going to get too deep into this because maybe some of you aren't familiar with the Crypto Zoo scam that Logan Paul was exposed for, so I won't get into the weeds of it, but I imagine he is going to drill heavily on those two characters as bad actors while downplaying his involvement with the project, even though he was the face of it and the one that actually put it on the map promoting it. So I feel like he is going to really laser focus on those two being bad. And once again,
like, how do you get away with that? Honestly, like, how do you get away with that? What is he going to say? Like, be like, oh, I didn't actually, when I sent a text message implying that this was a rug pull, what I was actually trying to do was serve you the top of the hour ad break. which comes at the top of every hour? Like, is that what he was doing? Like, I don't get it. Is he going to also tell you, like, hey, if you no longer want to see those ads at the top of the hour, the 3-minute ad break, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime? Is he going to tell you that you can also get gifted a sub? Like, so hey, Bozo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the fucking hour. Like, is that what he's going to do? I don't get it. I don't understand. But what you should understand is the top of the hour ad break is upon us as a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those fucking ads, all you need to do is subscribe, baby. You can do that for $5 or for free. DJ Goody Man, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Full Metal 140, thank you for the 5. Gorgathor, thank you for the 5. That's 20 people no longer seeing the ads at the top of the hour. King Ghidorah, thank you for the 5. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Joke's on you. My Sony TV doesn't play ads, bitch. That's awesome. I love that. I don't want you to see the ads. I don't give a fuck if you see the ads or not. All right.
Everyone involved in CryptoZoo was a scammer, so they're all bad. But he's going to really minimize his involvement in the entire project and just focus on the other people that were also bad.
I'm not going to lie. I am excited to see how Logan Paul tries to get out of this one because, like, it's pretty fucking open and shut. You know what I mean? Pretty open and shut.
That's what I think will result from the investigation, but I am super open to be proven wrong. I just wanted to put my prediction out here just in case it happens to be accurate, because then it looks really cool. But I am a little pessimistic about how this is going to play out for him, because he doubled down on the cringe by posting this video, or this picture, as a reply, which is just a picture of a broken coffee mug with coffee on the floor.
I'm not gonna lie, CoffeeZilla is internet's favorite son, okay? He just mostly just like goes after scammers. I think he himself is like a fairly normal, good, wholesome Christian boy. So like I don't think you have anything in his background either to deflect to. So cuz like normally when you get shit on, right? When you get shit on, you could be like, no, you. And a lot of fucking idiots on your side would also agree with that. And then you can move the conversation away. You can basically move the conversation away from the accusations launched towards you. So that's it. You know what I mean? You got shit on versus XUC. No, that's different. I get shit on for things that XUC would also say because I'm a very public left-wing, the largest left-wing content creator out there. So automatically I have a lot of enemies who want to kill me, let alone, I mean, kill me, but also, you know, undermine me aggressively. XG is just like well-liked. That's the difference. But people shit on XG all the time too. I'm talking about like people, XG is a great example. Sometimes he does fucked up shit, right? And people yell at him for it. Other times, even if he's not doing something fucked up, like calling Keemstar out for a bad take, Keemstar will turn around and unjustifiably say, hey, remember when you got banned for being a homophobe or whatever? And it's like, that's bullshit. But it doesn't matter because he successfully deflected away. Do you get what I mean? I don't think CoffeeZilla has any of that in his past, so I don't think you can do that either. You know what I mean?
That is so lame. I really hope this is just a stock photo and he didn't set this up for a photo shoot, because that is embarrassing. Now, the next crazy topic that's happened over the last 24 hours is YouTube secretly rolling out a huge policy change, like an absolutely massive change to the platform that overnight demonetized tons and tons of channels. Like entire channels being demonetized, very popular channels losing monetization on like half of their catalog of videos. It's a big change that YouTube didn't publicize, so no one saw it coming. It snuck up and surprised everybody. It's a change to their policy in regards to profanity and in regards to like violent gaming content or anything involving violence, even like in its animated forms and shit too. So I actually won't talk about it too deep right now because I made an entire video going over the entire subject because there's so many moving parts to it. So I'll post that
It's over, boys. Hasanabi Industrial Complex. Pack it up. It's done, son. It's done. It's over. Hasanabi Clips Industrial Complex. You guys are gone, dude. You're going to actually unironically have to edit VODs now instead of just fucking straight ripping it and posting it while I'm still in the process of fucking live streaming. See, I said fucking live streaming. That's another mark. I still haven't been able to finish this. Holy shit. Oh, the curse, the YouTube slurs.
Later on tonight. This next topic actually isn't super new, at least not in regards to the other ones here. It's not something that's happened over the last 24 hours, but it's still one I want to talk about because it's just a trend that continues to infuriate me and a lot of other people as well. The Last of Us showrunner is once again doing the standard thing of belittling the games that they're adapting for the show. This is a terrible strategy that's been used by many shows that have come before Last of Us, most notably and most disgustingly by the Halo TV show, where the creators proudly proclaim that they never played the games and had no interest in playing the games, which is what the fucking franchise was based off of in the first place. It's just this continued trend of shitting on the games and making it seem like you actually don't care about that at all. Like, what is the point? Why make an enemy out of the fans of the property you're adapting? It is just so nonsensical. It's fucking lunacy. I don't get it, and they continue to do it.
They didn't say that. I read Gene talking about this. Gamers just completely took their quote out of context. They did.
Just loving the smell of their own farts so much that their entertainment medium is so much better than video games. In video games, it's just pixels that are dying. In TV, it's people pretending to die.
It was misquoted.
It's so much more highbrow than your lame-ass games. We're doing you a favor by adapting that trash into our HBO Last of Us show. Here's his whole statement, and I don't even disagree with it. It's not incorrect. It's just useless to say.
When you're playing a section, you're killing people, and when you die, you get sent back to a checkpoint. All those people are back moving around the same way, said Mason in an interview with The New Yorker. Watching a person die, I think, ought to be much different than watching pixels die. While what Mason says isn't entirely true, he does make a valid point. In a game, The Last of Us in this case, we're expected to kill and even be merciless at times. Considering how many AI enemies you may have killed over the years, this isn't something that would disturb you, at least not after the first few times. However, watching Pedro Pascal force a blunt shiv into Firefly's neck, holding him down as he dies slowly and painfully, is bound to disturb even some seasoned gamers. I mean, I kind of... What? Like, unique cutscene moments in video games are also still powerful, though, because it's like a one-off, you know? Even if you rewatch it, it's still... It doesn't take away from that.
Because this comes across as you not...
It's literally the opposite. What he says is true, but it's a bad point. No, I mean, as far as like respawning and like playing the same sequence over and over again as you're killing an enemy, yeah, I think that does take away like the impact of that kill for sure. I don't disagree with that. But I don't know. I don't think that it's like, the real issue I have with The Last of Us is why another freaking zombie show?
Respecting the game you're adapting. When you're playing a section, you're killing people, and when you die, you get sent back to a checkpoint, all the people are back moving around in the same way. Watching a person die, I think, ought to be much different than watching pixels die. Yeah, I mean, it should be different. But why say it this way? But when you say watching pixels die and like downplaying the emotional impact the game can have on someone and just reducing it to just...
I think they just meant like killing NPCs randomly, or like killing enemy combatants randomly that are like, you know, over and over again lessens its impact for sure. You don't even think about it when you're fucking murking the 7th fucking goon, you know what I mean? Whereas like in a movie or in a TV show, you're going to see that once and that's it, because it's not, you know, you're playing it as a one-off. You're probably not going to kill as many enemies anyway in a movie, because then it would if a video game was 1-to-1 turned into a movie, it would literally be like a shoot 'em up movie. You know what I mean? You don't really kill that many, like, especially in like impactful TV shows and movies and stuff. It's not like a Steven Seagal movie where you're murking like hundreds of people. Whereas in a video game, you are murking hundreds of people without even thinking about it. Because like otherwise it would be very boring if you're just like walking around and having conversations. Yeah, it would be John Wick, exactly.
Pixels on a screen, you're clearly showing some kind of bias towards not really liking the game itself. You could have said this same message very differently. Oh, in The Last of Us, Death was always very emotional and did a great job in the medium, and we're hoping we can take that same energy and deliver that same emotion in our field. We're hoping with our show we can faithfully adapt the video game characters into the real world, and it's going to be a little different because now it's human beings you're seeing here, but hopefully it can still hit the same emotional beats the game did. Like, you're saying the same
Walking around having conversations, literally Disco Elysium. Yeah, that's why it's one of my favorite games of all time.
thing,
Probably.
but in a very different way. It's very clear that you are showing a lot of respect to the source material that you're adapting. I was very optimistic for the Last of Us TV show because for me it sounds like something you can't really fuck up since it's such a clear roadmap to follow. It's just like there's very little wiggle room to ruin it. But now, after reading this statement, I have to scratch my head and get a little curious. Well, how much did they play the game, and do they even like the game they're adapting? Because it seems like time and time again, studios pass off these adaptations to departments and people that don't even play or like the property that they're adapting. So why the fuck do they keep getting the projects? But yeah, that was really the last big topic that's happened.
People miss this, but the Halo showrunner and writer Stephen King clarifies we didn't look at the game quote that was pulled out of context. It was in relation to their visits to the 340.